Okay, we're going to go ahead and get started. I don't sound fluid yet. I'm still adding people, but I do appreciate you getting on early and really for joining us. And we will keep this to 30 minutes, but we've got a great new discovery to talk to you about. And if you're like me at all concerned about your health, this is going to be like an aha moment. So I'm going to go ahead and get started into it, and then I'll tell you along the way a little bit about my husband and I. But what we're actually going to talk about tonight is the discovery of supplements versus activators. And if you're like me, for many years, I took a lot of supplements, any supplements I get my hands on, want to stay as healthy and as active and as young as I could for as many years as I could. So I took a lot of supplements. So supplementation is whether you're doing it from fruits and vegetables, eating a lot of fruits and vegetables, get your antioxidants that way, or maybe you're taking a multivitamin, or you're taking direct antioxidants like vitamin C, vitamin D. Those are all considered supplements. But what we're going to talk about is a really new discovery called activators. And so this goes back to a discovery in a lab in which the scientists actually said, is declining health something we must accept as part of getting aging? So again, I don't know, you like me, Bobby and I took care of my grandma for many years. The last few years to her were really not kind, spent in a nursing home to the point where she was wearing diapers and did not remember who we were towards the end. So very, very sad. So, this discovery, what he found out is we actually have a pathway in our bodies that creates antioxidants. I don't know if you've ever heard of that before. I had not. I can promise you I remember exactly where I was the first time I heard it, but our bodies create antioxidants. There's a pathway for that. The downside that he found out at the same time, this is back to the late 1960s, is that this stops producing the antioxidants, this pathway, in our 20s. So we now know that aging starts in our 20s. And again, that's another aha moment for me. So aging starts in our 20s. So he went back to the lab for many decades, and he actually figured out a way to be able to flip the switch on aging, which is just a huge, huge discovery. And what that means to us is the pathway that we're talking about is called NRF2 activation. And when you flip the switch, when you reactivate, your body starts making these antioxidants again. We now have better control over our good genes, and we can reduce the amount of bad genes. So if you've ever said that, something runs in your family, my father's family had this, my dad's family had this, as far as bad genes, things you didn't like about yourself, you now have a lot more control over those good genes. So you're not necessarily saddled with some of those things that you think are inherited from your parents along the way. Now, I do have to just give you one little science term here, and it's called oxidative stress. What oxidative stress is really the difference between the amount of antioxidants we have in our body and the amount of free radicals our body creates. So our body creates a lot of free radicals. In fact, it creates free radicals just simply breathing. But exercise, a lot more free radicals, being around microwave environment, our cell phones, pesticides, the water. All this stuff creates a lot of free radicals, so many more free radicals than we can ever take in as far as antioxidants. And the difference between those two is a medical term called oxidative stress. And you can see over time, our cells really don't look good. This oxidative stress does a number on our cells so that they do not look healthy at all. In fact, this is kind of what oxidative stress looks like. It's really the precursor. If you look brain, heart, kidney, it's really the precursor for all disease out there, all disease, all inflammation, and aging itself. So luckily, this is what that scientist created in the lab. It's a product we call Protandim NRF2 Synergizer. And what it does simply is it reduces that oxidative stress, the thing that's killing all our cells and genes, by 40% in 30 days. And Protandim actually activates your body to create 1,000,000 times per second the antioxidant value. And I'll actually show you what that looks like in food in a little while. But it increases our master antioxidant, very important here for our immune system and keeping healthy, is something called glutathione. And it does that by 300%. And you can imagine, because this is huge, particularly just the first discovery and even more so the second discovery and this product that every nutraceutical, every pharmaceutical, everybody would love to have this formulation, but luckily we have this patented, so it is exclusive to us. But it's a simple formulation. It's 5 plant-based ingredients. And I have to tell you, Bobby and I were actually already taking 3 of these. Now you got to remember, we worked with physicians for the last 25 years before finding out about this. We were in and out of physician offices all the time. So we probably took the latest and the best as far as nutritional products, probably had a lot of knowledge because of all the different physicians and medical people we spoke to. We did well over $200 million in sales with that business, earned millions for ourselves. So we probably had a really good handle. But again, we had never heard of this. The doctors that we worked with had never heard of this. 5 plant-based ingredients in here. And we took 3 of those, turmeric, green tea, and ashwagandha were things we already took in formulations. We were taking these. And we could have just said, let's just add 2 more. Let's add bacopa, let's add milk thistle, and just call it a day. We'll take 5 pills instead of 1, kind of stay with what we're on. But you know what? It doesn't work that way. His formulation, his recipe, the way that he's put this together, we get 1,800% better results using just this 1 tablet. And I'd always rather take 1 tablet instead of if we still continue to take the 5 pills that we were taking. So 1,800% better results with this 1 product. What's pretty cool, I promised I'd show you what it looks like in food. In order to get the equivalent of the antioxidant value that you get from just taking this 1 pill, you'd need to ingest every day 11 pounds of blueberries, 375 oranges, 120 tablets of vitamin C. And if you could do that, that would probably be deadly. And 87 glasses of red wine, which you know would be deadly. Do that on a daily basis, every day, day in, day out, if you could. Cost prohibitive food prices now would just be ridiculous. But again, 1 pill is the equivalent of all that food. So much easier. But this is pretty cool. And this is always a great thing to hear. You know, what it does is for every month you're on it, you reduce a whole decade of oxidative stress. So much so that if I took an 80-year-old who'd been on Protandim for 8 months, a 60-year-old who'd been on Protandim for 6 months, a 40-year-old that'd been on Protandim for 4 months, and a 20-year-old. And I took all their blood and they just mix them up, and I didn't know whose blood I actually drew. They would all appear to have the blood of a 20-year-old. So to me, that is super, super exciting. The older I get, the more exciting that is. Not that I want to be 20, but wouldn't mind having a 20-year-old blood. The NIA, the National Institute of Aging, actually did a study where they showed it actually increases survival or extends life by an average of 7%. Now, this is all not my opinion. I have to tell you, the first 25 years that we dealt with physicians bringing products into their offices all over the United States, it was our opinion how much vitamin C, vitamin D, because very much like politics and religion, everybody had a different thought. And, you know, all the studies were, you know, on the different vitamin Ds, vitamin Cs and stuff. This is not my opinion. This is all medical fact. To date, and I'm sure it's even greater at this point, this says 230. I know there's 270,000 studies on oxidative stress. So you can literally go to this pubmed.gov, or if you're more comfortable, Google Scholar, type in oxidative stress and maybe anything you're concerned with as far as your genes, aging, any disease that might run in your family. What's so cool is, and this never happens, think about what's in your kitchen cabinet right now or wherever you keep your nutritional products that you use on a daily basis. We have 31 studies on the product Protandim itself. And that never happens again because nobody wants to pay for it. But I hope you get a feeling of how unique and how cutting edge this product is, because it's so exciting and so different from everything out there. All of these large leading medical universities want to do studies on it. So, you know, you've got Harvard, the National Institute of Health, Washington State went so far as say the health effects of NRF2 may well become the most extraordinary therapeutic and the most extraordinary preventive breakthrough in the history of medicine, and went on to liken it to things like aspirin and penicillin, more importantly, or more recently is stem cells. So big discovery. We have another pathway of aging that is equally important, and you may see more of this start to pop up. It's kind of like when you get a car, everybody's got that car, but it's mitochondria. So important, because what happens is mitochondria, and we have, you know, millions of them at each cellular level. And what happens is as we get older, we reduce the amount of mitochondria. And mitochondria is ATP, you might remember from biology. It's the energy that we have in our cell. And we have so many in every cell, but when you reduce half of them, you don't have the energy to have your heart beat, your brain think the way it might, your lungs inflate out, muscles have a huge amount of mitochondria. And so I really kind of think that this is when people say after 40, it's kind of downhill. And maybe that's because we do so much damage to the amount of mitochondria we have. Again, cell phones, if we take, something like an Advil, or we just do a lot of damage to our mitochondria, and it is so, so important. So we came out with the Protandim NRF1, no correlation to the NRF2, NRF1 synergizer, and it helps increase cellular energy and slows down the aging process. It improves sleep. So many people have problems with sleeping, cardiovascular, brain health, cellular health. Every cell has this in it in abundance, and we need as much of it as possible. And again, you can see all natural ingredients there. The third pathway is something we call NAD. And to me, I probably shouldn't say it, but it's kind of like a fountain of youth. When you think about the benefits that we get from this product, improves mental focus and concentration, positive mood and motivation. It helps with mental and physical activity. I always say exercise endurance. And for me, I'm an avid tennis player. Recovery is huge, supports inflammation response, cholesterol levels, libido, weight loss, the vascular system. We get results 100% in the first 24 hours of taking this. So this is actually one of those products that you actually feel. But for decades, people have done calorie restricted diets to try to get these proteins at a cellular level to increase. And that's what we need to do as we get older. Again, they greatly decrease. We want to keep them as many as possible so we can get all these amazing benefits. But like I said, people had done calorie restricted diets. So somebody like me, I'd have to only have 400 to 600 calories a day to be able to get these sirtuins, this protein at a cell, to give me the benefits of mental focus and concentration and positive mood and stuff. So you can see this is another just great discovery that, our company is just leading the way. And there's so much I could tell you about how we are at the forefront of so much, but these are exciting benefits that everyone really can get. Now, often somebody will say, which one do you think I should take? And I kind of want to tell you, it's kind of like a pinball machine. They equally play off each other. So it's not that any one is better than the other. They're all equally great. But I do know if you choose, and it's actually cheaper in a package, all three together, if you do choose to use all three together, you get 2,100% better results with each of the products than if you decide to pick and choose which one you want to use. So the real value is in really using all three of them. Now, we do have this NRF2 activation, the thing that reduces the oxidative stress, the icky cells in the skincare, we have it in the hair care, we have it in brain health, eye health. I could go on forever. The benefits in eye health are not only like night driving and macular degeneration and retina problems and, blurry vision, but eye health even goes into the fact that it has to do with sleep and also our metabolism. So these are just category creating products that do things, but there are also products that are so clean and so good for us. If you've not used the app Think Dirty, download it on your phone, put anything you have in your shower, personal care into that app, and you'll be amazed. We have super clean products, but so much of what Bobby and I were personally using before this were not so clean. So you'll be surprised by it. But again, just a summary of the benefits, improves sleep quality, improves exercise, recovery, recuperation, vitality, overall energy, memory, focus, concentration, weight loss, libido, hair, skin, and nails, and slows down the aging of our cells and really restores our blood back to that of the time when we were 20 years old. So that's just a quick overview of the amazing products that we have and how cutting edge they are and different from everything else out there. Remember activation if you remember nothing else. But the company has a really great story. And I'm going to have my husband come in and he's actually going to sit down and he's going to share this, and you're going to want to hear this. So just hold on. Thanks for your time.
Hey, good evening, everyone. It never fails. Every time I hear April describing the products, I just want to take more of them, and I already use them all. Matter of fact, there's a couple of them I take double. that NRF2 one, I just figure if I'm twice as big as April, I could take two if she takes one, you know? So anyway, the products are amazing, but think about it. We were in this industry, okay, in the, you know, the nutritional wellness industry, dealing primarily with doctors, doctors' offices, in particular physicians, okay, OBGYNs, family medicine, internal medicine, surgeons, and had never heard of this science, had never heard of this industry, this nutrigenomics industry. And to me, I'm a business person, okay? I'm an entrepreneur. I'm somebody that's had the good fortune of being self-employed my whole life, actually, since I was about 12 years old. And when I found out what these products did, and we were in the industry and had never heard of the company, we said, wow, this has got to be the best kept secret in the world. I mean, it was just an amazing, you know, secret. And that's what we want to share with you tonight. So, you know, who is LifeVantage? Okay. Well, it's kind of funny because it all started when in 2005, and some of you may remember this, but ABC Primetime used to do, you know, a regular weekly investigative report. And it was kind of one of those gotcha shows exposing scams, cheating, lying, that, you know, that kind of thing. It was, you know, to expose something that was bad so that it would go away. And they decided that what they had heard about protandum and oxidative stress and slowing down aging and getting rid of oxidative, and all, that they were going to expose it, that it didn't work. And they sent John Kiyunis, who's still on TV, in to have his own blood checked, use the product, get his blood checked again, so that they could do the report that it didn't work. Well, here's what happened, okay? John Kiyunis gave his blood. The only thing that he did wrong, okay, which is great for us, but he didn't even wait 30 days to have it rechecked. See, we are legally allowed, you know, to say that protandum NRF2 reduces oxidative stress by 40% in 30 days, the first 30 days, 30 days. He gave it 2 weeks and came in, had his blood checked again. It was already down 45%. I can only imagine what would have happened if he had waited a month. But this gotcha show, and you could see it, it's still on YouTube, but the person that invited you tonight can send you a link to it. But it ended up becoming our commercial. What they did for a national audience is prove that it worked and everything we were saying was true. Then we got on the NASDAQ stock exchange, where we still are today. The big thing, the big shift in the company happened in 2009. That's when LifeVantage was really formed. And they decided to go into a direct sales model because the product needed an explanation. You know, it wasn't like anything else out there. So just putting it on a shelf at GNC, they tried that. It wasn't effective. It needed that person-to-person testimonial kind of thing. And the company just exploded when they went into direct sales. We're not only a publicly traded company now, but we are the leaders in nutrigenomics as a science and in the marketplace. And what I mean by that, if you're not sure what that term is, and again, I wasn't sure what it was either, but it's the way nutrients, food, vegetables, the stuff that we eat, vitamins and stuff, the way it interacts with our genes. And you heard April say earlier, we all grew up thinking the genes we were born with was the hand we were dealt, and that's how it is. Well, now science has proven that we can change about up to 90% of that can be altered and changed by using science like this. Isn't that cool? I mean, that's so amazing to know that we've advanced to that part. So we're a $250 million company, you know, in sales. We're publicly traded. Aaron Brockovich sits on our board of directors, the real one, not Julia Roberts, okay, the real one. But it's really a cool story. So from there, what I want to do is just tell you a little bit about what we do. You know, we are a global company now. We're in 23 countries. Our newest country was the Philippines. And we have plans on going into over 100 countries and sharing this science, this product, and there's a business opportunity that goes with it, sharing all three with each country around the world as they line up. Okay, so very, very exciting. But what I want to share with you, okay, and I want to be completely honest and open with you, and I want you to be honest and open with yourself. And look back over the last 2.5 years, from like, I guess it was probably February, March, April, somewhere in that window of 2020, when obviously the pandemic showed up, things started to get shut down, people started to get sent home, the whole thing started, okay? These are the benefits of a business like this, like LifeVantage, okay? And I want you reflecting back because I'll get back to it. We have an opportunity where you can work from home or anywhere you happen to be. The beach, the park, walking your kids to school, the bus stop, anywhere you happen to be, but we're a work from home business. We socially share information in the form of a text or from an app on our phone. Okay. So, I always tell people, we grew up in this industry where we did a bunch of hotel meetings and we had training centers all over the world where people came in and we did these formal presentations. Can you imagine now? There's 3 billion people on social media available to be text or sent an app or information to, not to mention everyone we see in person. So we have a virtual office to run our business, literally virtual, okay? There's minimal startup costs. There's no inventory requirements. We work like Amazon. It gets ordered and it gets drop shipped to their door. And we each have our own online store in every market, meaning every country and every language. And all a person needs to do is click the flag that they want to see the information in, and it converts. And we all have our own personal website. Everything is drop shipped. I mean, it is, you can run a multi-million-dollar a month business from a laptop, from home, or from your cell phone. It's amazing. Those are the benefits. Do you think that it was beneficial to be in a business like that for the last 2.5 years? How about in the next 2.5, 3 years? Do you think that a lot of people are looking for a business like that? Okay, I think yes. Okay, on that one, over 5 million people quit their jobs last year. Okay, it's the great reset, okay, that's going on. People are looking to make a change. Now, I'm not going to hit much on money, but I just want to give you 3 examples. This is on our website. We're publicly traded. We can't monkey around with the numbers. These are actual earnings, okay? But I just want to give you 3 examples. You know that Tri-Synergizer that April was talking about? Do you know if you had a team or you just had 50 people ordering that product, you'd take in an extra $600-700 a month. And that product goes out every month. It's a subscription. So that would be repeat business, repeat earnings over and over again. That might fill up your car once or twice. I'm only kidding. That might make the car payment and put gas in it. Okay. But if you look down to the second red arrow where it says Pro 5, they earn between $3,000 and $4,000 a month, but about $40,000 a year. Do you know, in order to earn that, okay, all we would need is, let's see, it would be 50 times. So we need 200 Tri-Synergizers being ordered by your team or by your organization of people. Okay, referrals, getting referrals, that kind of thing. And do you know, if we look down at that third red arrow where it says 13,400 a month, we're getting up to around 200,000 a year in earnings. Okay. And in order to do that, okay, 1,000 of those going out. Now, I know no individual is going to get 1,000, but let me ask you something. Do you think that you could find 5 people interested in earning an extra 40 or 50,000 a year? That's that middle number. and help them get 100 customers, if you do that, you're looking at that third number, that 13, 14,000 a month. Okay, now April and I were here for 2 years before the pandemic came, and we're actually, I'll move the mouse, we're here. Okay, we're a Pro 8, and we did that in 2 years in the business. So, we're extremely excited about what is available to everybody financially in this business. But here's what it boils down to, folks, okay? Is this a good business opportunity? And I'm going to add to this. Is it a good business opportunity in today's world? And the world changed. I lived in New York when 9/11 happened. The world changed then. In 08, 09, with the financial collapse, the mortgages, the housing market, all that, the world changed then. Okay. The world really changed in the last 2.5 years because nobody was spared. Even if you and I personally were not affected, nobody we knew got sick, nobody we knew died, no one we knew had financial challenges, none of that. We all know people that were affected, even if personally we were spared. So is this a good opportunity in today's world, post-pandemic? Well, our products are unique. They can't be bought anywhere other than through us, and they're patented, and they have the studies to back them up. Okay, there's just nowhere else to get them. It is very hard to get anything nutritional patented, and we have them, and we have a bunch of patents on it worldwide. There's a massive market. Everybody gets benefits. It's not a niche market. The products are for everybody. They're affordable. Okay, they're backed by reputable science, like April mentioned, on PubMed. Okay, and what I love is they're consumable, and we have a subscription model. And what a subscription model means is they are meant to go out every month on a subscription. And for doing that, there's a discount. Okay, you get a discount. And if you order a certain amount of product, not only do you get a discount, you can get a discount on shipping or get free shipping. Okay, so it's an amazing business model, just like Amazon. You have the opportunity to have a business like Amazon. The only difference is you got exclusivity to your products. Okay, now here's the real question. Okay, and don't let me shock you here, but I am going to surprise you. Can I do this? You want to know what the surprise is? You're already doing it. You're just not getting paid yet. See, if you have a cell phone, you have the skills to do a business like this. See, we use an app or we text from our phone. And you say, well, Bobby, I'm busy. I got a job. Yeah, a lot of people have a job and are in this business. A lot of people have a profession. When do we do the business? The in-between times during your day. When you would check your emails, when you would check your text, when you would call an Uber, when you would look at your Facebook posts, when you would look, it's those in-between times of the day. 2 or 3 minutes here, 2 or 3 minutes there, 5 minutes here, 5 minutes there. It's not these blocks of hours of time. And we have such a simple ITT system that's kind of our daily method of operation. It's how we work. We invite people to check it out. Check out the product or check out the business, either one or both, okay? We share a tool with them from the app or a text, okay? Like this is a tool, okay? And this is recorded and we will be able to use it to send to folks that weren't able to watch it live. And then we have a team that can answer questions for you, okay? Including me and April. So what part of this couldn't you do? See, you're already doing it because you're already using everything that it takes to make this business work. Now, how can you be supportive? Well, honestly, you've already been supportive by being here. Somebody wanted to show you something, and we are very appreciative of you willing to give 30 minutes of your time. So thank you for doing that. It never goes unnoticed, and it's never not appreciated. But there's some ways you can be supportive here. You can activate your own health and become a customer. There's no fees to join. The monthly subscriptions save you money. And, be a customer, okay? Activate your own health, see what we're talking about, okay? And go from there. Maybe I said something about the business, maybe an extra 500, 1,000, 3 or 4,000, you know, maybe you want a change. You know, we do this full time. This is all we do. But, you know, we need people in the business. This is still the best kept secret in the United States. Nobody's ever heard of this company. That's good and that's bad. We're publicly traded, but, you know, 90% of our business is customers and repeat customers. We need more people that want to be a distributor or own the franchise. Okay. I mean, it costs so little to get started in the business, and you start earning money your very first week. And we're looking for referrals. Okay. You know, if you're saying, well, I definitely want to be a customer, I'm not sure about the business. Okay, do that. But please, as you run into people and you know people that maybe were affected with the pandemic, maybe things didn't quite go as well for them as they did for you. Okay, let them know you got something that might be good for them. And I would prefer those be the referrals for yourself. Okay, and start building your own business. But, you know, if you're all good and not ready for that, then, hey, be a referral source for the person that invited you, you know, on tonight. Getting started is very easy. It just takes a few minutes. You just got to speak to the person who invited you onto the Zoom, and they'll send you a link. It's really, really that simple. So let me give you an idea. You know, these are regular things that, well, a lot of women, some men pay for, okay? Getting the nails done, getting hair done, a car payment, rent payment, okay? And I understand some of those prices with what's going on may have gone up, okay, with inflation. But do you know you can cover the cost of your nails by just selling one Tri-Synergizer? Because we make 40% on the first order. Do you know you could cover women, you know, getting your hair done? 3 Tri-Synergizers could cover the cost of your hair, getting your hair done. You could cover your car payment by getting one person started in the business each month. Okay. Rent payment, getting 3 or 4 people started in the business. I mean, it's, you know, you let us know what you'd like to see happen, and we can help you put a business plan together to show you how to make that happen. But as far as new information goes, that's what we got for you. And I want to just take a moment and bring everyone back on the screen so I could actually say thank you and good night. But we are very grateful. If you like some of what April said and some of what I said, especially from a product standpoint, you definitely want to join our Facebook group. Okay, it's called Lifespan Matters with Team Unity. Just text whoever invited you here and say, add me to the group. Okay, we have hundreds and hundreds of testimonies from real people just like you and I, okay, that are sharing the results that they've experienced because of these products. And we'll be happy to add you to the group. But let me stop the share and bring everyone back. I like seeing the squares. Okay. I call it the Hollywood squares. You know, I think it's great. I don't know about you. You know, a lot of people say that they're, you know, they're zoomed out. I love Zoom. I love people, and I love meeting and seeing people one-on-one and live, and I always will. Okay. But I like Zoom because I like the idea that by doing what we just did, we can reach anybody, anywhere in the world at any time and be looking at each other and communicating with each other. And, you know, you get a completely different feel from people when you can see them live versus other ways of communicating. So I really like it, you know, and, but again, we're about 2 minutes over. We like to keep it to 30 minutes. Do me a favor, folks, please get back to the person who invited you and let them know one of 3 things. I'm interested in getting started on the product. I'm interested in getting started in the business, or I have some questions. Can I get them answered? Okay, just let them know you were on and hit them with one of those 3, and we'll take care of you. And hopefully we'll see you real soon. So if anyone wants to turn their camera live, we can wave and say hi and goodbye to everybody. I like doing that. Okay. I love it.
Bye.
And don't you? Isn't that great? I just think this is great. I have definitely fallen for Zoom. I didn't even know what it was a couple of years ago, but it has definitely become a great tool to do business. So please get back to whoever invited you. Thanks again for joining us. And hopefully we'll meet you in person real soon. Bye-bye.